Good evening, you're now with me, Radzi Ahmad, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Churches are encouraged to contribute to Sarawak's development by fostering stronger cooperation in their local communities. And Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim asked Tenaga Nasional Berhad to explain the recent electricity tariff hike in Peninsula Malaysia. Churches are encouraged to contribute to Sarawak's development by fostering stronger cooperation among their members and local communities in their respective villages. Lawas MP Datuk Henry Sum Agong stressed that this contribution is vital to ensure that the aspirations of Sarawak's leadership in bringing development to every corner of the state are successfully realised.
Begitu juga halnya dengan di gereja. Di setiap kawasan kita, perkampungan, ada gereja. Dan gereja ini juga mempunyai keahlian. Dan ahli-ahlinya dari pihak kampung. Dan gereja seharusnya ada kerjasama yang baik, ya, saling membantu satu dengan yang lain. Dan dengan itu, maka dapatlah kita maju ke depan bersama dengan usaha pihak kerajaan yang membawa pembangunan ke kawasan-kawasan kita.
He said this during a Christmas open house at his residence in Kampung Long Tuan, Lawas. Thousands of residents from Lawas, including Malay, Kedayan, Chinese, Iban, Tagal and Lun Bawang communities, have visited his home since the first day of Christmas. Meanwhile, the Christmas celebration in Kampung Bukit Gudang, Medamit stands out as unique, special and lively, with family members from diverse religions and cultures, including relatives from Brunei Darussalam. Ernesto Felixti Ekit, a 30-year-old Bisaya, never fails to return to his hometown in Limbang, despite working as a police officer in Kuantan, Pahang for the past 7 years. Here's a report all the way from Limbang, Sarawak. According to Ernesto, celebrating Christmas in his hometown is truly distinctive, as his family gathers every year with members from various ethnic groups, including Bisaya, Malay, Chinese, Iban, Bidayu, and others.
Bagi saya, Christmas di Kalimbang amat unik dengan keluarga saya yang pelbagai kaum juga. Jadi setiap tahun tu saya akan balik ke kampung, rasa best, rasa sebab juga kadang-kadang berkumpul dengan saudara mara. Jadi amat bermakna juga lah bagi saya.
Ernesto was interviewed during his father Penghulu Ekit Awang's open house at Kampung Bukit Gudang Medamit earlier today. Meanwhile, a firefighter stationed in Miri, Wong Tat Wong, shared his excitement about returning to his Bisaya wife's hometown in Limbang to celebrate Christmas.
Kemeriahan yang saya merasakan di Christmas di Limbang ini merupakan pengalaman pertama saya, di mana saya merasakan kemeriahan yang amat istimewa di kalangan penduduk-penduduk di Limbang, tak kira bangsa, tak kira kulit, warna kulit.
72-year-old Bruneian Awang Wahab Bakar was willing to drive over an hour to attend his relative Penghulu Ekit's open house in Limbang.
Daripada Brunei, Kampung Rimba Gadung, menghadiri sangat gembira menghadiri jamuan sambutan Christmas yang keluarga berada di Limbang, Sarawak. Di atas sambutan mereka, saya tidak lupa mengucapkan banyak-banyak terima kasih.
The Sarawak government has constructed a new house for 57-year-old Renang Saing, a senior citizen living alone. Korean Assemblyman Friday Belay revealed that the home was built under the Sarawak Poor Home Improvement Program, or PPRMS, at a total cost of 60,000 ringgit.
Dan untuk rekod kita di Korean sudah mula untuk mendapatkan peruntukan sebanyak RM1 juta setiap tahun untuk kita
melaksanakan program ini sejak tahun 2022 dan sehingga sekarang kita sudah membantu lebih daripada 20 buah rumah panjang dan juga rumah persorangan. Semada repair dan untuk Encik Renang ini merupakan bina baru. Ya. Dan ini merupakan satu cara kerajaan Sarawak untuk membantu golongan yang kurang mampu untuk membina rumah.
He said this after officiating the new home in Meruji Kabo on Friday. Welcome back. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has asked Tenaga Nasional Berhad (TNB) to explain the recent announcement of an increase in the base electricity tariff in Peninsular Malaysia. Anwar said he had also told Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof, who is also the minister in charge, to obtain an explanation from the company.
Rakyat terbanyak tidak terkesan dari kenaikan elektrik, walaupun saya faham kos meningkat. Tapi walaupun kos meningkat, dia tidak boleh menjejaskan kedudukan majoriti rakyat. Jadi ini saya ingat dari segi dasar. Saya faham keperluan naik, tapi kenaikan tidak boleh melibatkan atau kedudukan kos kepada majoriti rakyat. Cara terperincinya TNB dan Menteri TPM Datuk Seri Fadilah akan menjelaskan.
When met after performing Friday prayers at Al-Hana Kuah Mosque in Langkawi, Anwar said that the recently announced electricity tariff increase will only impact the ultra-wealthy and profitable industries. Previously, the media reported that TNB had notified Bursa on Thursday of its decision to raise the base electricity tariff in Peninsular Malaysia by 14.2% to 45.62 sen per kilowatt hour, along with a new tariff schedule effective from July next year. The adjustment will be in effect from January 2025 until December 2027 under the 3-year regulation period 4 or RP4. Meanwhile, TNB said it will not increase electricity tariffs for 85% of domestic users. Its Chief Financial Officer, Dato' Nazmi Othman, said this decision is in line with the government's resolution on December 20th to maintain electricity tariffs for the period from January 1st to June 30th, 2025. He explained that during this period, domestic users will not be affected by any price hikes or impacts, as the government will absorb these through mechanisms such as the Electricity Industry Fund. Nazmi added that before the period ends, the government will evaluate and review the electricity tariff structure, considering current coal, gas and fuel prices before announcing any further decisions. According to him, the next decision is expected to be announced before July, as the government will monitor the situation, including market prices for coal, gas and fuel, close to the expiration of the current electricity tariff schedule on June 30th, 2025. Israeli airstrikes hit rebel-held Sana'a's international airport and other targets in Yemen on Thursday, as the head of the UN's World Health Organization said he and his team prepared to fly out. Yemen's civil aviation authorities said the airport planned to reopen today after the strikes that it said occurred while the UN aircraft was getting ready for its scheduled flight. The Israeli military did not say whether they knew at the time that WHO chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus was there. Israel's attack came a day after Houthi rebels claimed the firing of a missile and 2 drones at Israel. Yemen's Houthis have stepped up their attacks against Israel since late November, when a ceasefire took effect between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah. The Houthis' Al Masirah TV said the Israeli strikes killed 6 people, after earlier Houthi statements said 2 people died at the rebel-held capital's airport and another at Ras Isa port. The strikes targeting the airport, military facilities, and power stations in rebel areas marked the second time since December 19th that Israel has hit targets in Yemen after rebel missile fire towards Israel. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres denounced the escalation in hostilities between Israel and the Houthis and called the Sana'a airport strikes especially alarming. He said bombing transportation infrastructure pose a threat to humanitarian operations in Yemen, where 80% of the population is dependent on aid. South Korea's acting president today faced an impeachment vote as the country struggled to shake off political turmoil sparked by his predecessor's martial law declaration that shocked the world. Han Duck-soo took over as acting president from President Yoon Suk-yeol, who was suspended following a parliamentary vote over his move to impose martial law on December 3rd. But opposition MPs now want Han, who is also prime minister, removed from office too, arguing that he is refusing demands to complete Yoon's impeachment process and to bring him to justice.
오늘 저희 민주당은 국민의 명령에 따라 한덕수 국무총리를 탄핵합니다. 국가 유지를 위한 헌법기관 구성을 미루며 헌정 질서를 파괴하고 또 다른 북한 문란 행위를 이어가고 있습니다.
In the impeachment motion put before Parliament, the opposition said Han is intentionally avoiding the special investigation to probe those involved in the insurrection. If the opposition succeeds in its bid, South Korea will see its second impeachment of a head of state in less than 2 weeks, further destabilizing its vibrant political scene. It will also mark the first time South Korea has impeached an acting president. Finance Minister Choi Sang-mo would step in as acting president in Han's place. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms. And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I am Razia Ahmad. Thank you for watching and have a good night.